facing your worst fear every weekend.
Aloha from Hawaii.
Welcome back, you beautiful people. Aloha from Hawaii.
Hospitalized after being bitten this morning. It happened just before 7 o'clock. The Department of Land and Natural Resources says an 8-foot tiger shark bit the man in the leg. He was taken to the hospital in serious condition.
How do you feel about that?
We are going to be going from this guy right here, which is a 6'6" skipper. It's pretty tall, to the 5'8" quad. And really, we're trying to get Alex down to a shorter board so she can learn to turn and all this other stuff. I'm not sure if this is the best idea. We really don't know what we're doing half the time anyway. But we're going to try this. Hopefully it goes well and see what goes on. But if it goes well, John may inherit this guy since John's the bigger dude. Like, he may actually come to this guy. And eventually the goal is to get down to a smaller, shorter board, Grom size for Alex. But this guy has more flotation than a Grom board, so hopefully this goes well. I know one of our viewers was saying that we should put a mark down the center of the board, and I highly agree, because one of Alex's biggest shortcomings, her biggest opportunity, is that she keeps messing up her foot placement, and so as soon as she stands up, whoop, she flops off the board. This versus that. Really working with Alex with that, but I don't know how to mark the board, because now that we've already put wax on all of them, I can't seem to find a way other than simply burning and permanently branding the center of the board. So if anyone has any good ideas about how I can mark the center line down the board for that child so that she can see where she's supposed to put her foot, I'll take any suggestions you guys got. Other than that, I think my goal is to eventually get her to her fiberglass board. I mean, we'll see what happens. Honestly, we just need more time out there. So that being said, I feel like I need to sit down. If you guys have watched the news recently, you've heard of the gentleman who was attacked by the tiger shark over near Ala Moana, Kewalo Basin. Seasoned surfer got bitten by a tiger shark, a big tiger shark, that pulled him off his board, and what he described, didn't let go. And if it wasn't for the fact that the man, was thinking and clear-headed and fought off the shark by grabbing the gills, he probably would not have survived. And I pretty much have to face that fear every time Alex takes one of these boards and goes out. And I've tried to go out a couple times with her, and anytime that she's out there, anytime that I'm going out there, I have this fear that I'm messing with. And kudos to everyone who just overcomes that fear. But, listening to his story, one amazing survival story, amazing inspiration of, fighting, not letting go. Appreciate just him coming out and talking about it. But listening to his story, if my daughter, my 7-year-old little girl, were to end up in that man's situation, I'm pretty certain my daughter would not have made it out. And that absolutely terrifies me. So, yeah, when we go out there tomorrow, I'm going to force her to wear her life jacket. I know she's not going to wear it like it, and I know it's not popular, but if that leash breaks, if something happens, she's got the life jacket, and we're also going to start doing some, safety lessons. We got a new tourniquet in, so I want to show you guys that. You can always use the leash, that's what they did, but the leash is just not as effective. it's like he said in the video, and I'll link that video down below, but using a leash is really hard to use as a tourniquet. And so we'll go over kind of what we use. So I didn't get the one that we got last time that Carrie and I inhaled. They did not have that, which was super sad. It's like eating beignets at Disneyland. It's just powder everywhere. Explosion. Good morning. This is a little bit of a treat. John's about to go into the Palakea Mini Mart right next door to the bakery and see if he can find something. And then we're actually supposed to go to the ocean after that, but we had to stop for food. What did Dad get?
Spicy shrimp roll.
There's a reason we're not food critics.
Alright, today is a special day. You wanna know why? Because Alex is taking out John's Pinky, the 5'8" Jamie O'Brien quad. It may be a bit more challenging, so if I just asked her to try to catch pretty much 3-4 waves with it, and if she has no luck, then we'll switch her back to her other board. And it's just all about trying to see what works, so.
I'm kind of heavy.
Got this.
Oh, go!
The ocean would be warmer. I know. Come here. Wuggle, wuggle, wuggle. Ah, my surfing girl. No. No. Dude, let's get a towel on you, dude, okay? Let's take your leash off. I know you're cold.
I get a little bit breathless.
Freezing.
My thoughts are too
Oh
big.
man, we'll wait a little bit
Can
for
I
that
get
sun
some
to warm it up.
comfort, please? I guess I should have been honest. A break to my heart. It's weighing me down, baby. I'm like a river that's overflowed. The sooner you know it, the less do we hurt. Let me speak the truth. I know you don't wanna face it. You think it's too late, but I can see past the rain. Won't you lay it on me? Turn the page.
I keep seeing all these turtles.
Let's make up a big bonfire on the beach with the stars as our lighters, and throw our problems in the flame. Throw our problems in the flame. setting me free. Out in the open, I'm picking up speed. No bad thoughts penetrate. Hold me like this is the first time. Our destiny calls, not leaving this incomplete. Won't you lay it on me?
Was the board harder?
Yes, a little bit. Yes, a little bit. You're coffee. Are you happy, Abby?
On the beach with the stars as our lighter.
It's cold.
Our problems in the flame.
Mom, are you going surfing with me next time?
So John couldn't go out with her. John's doing physical therapy for his shoulder. He's literally got like needles in him every Friday now. Which means that I've got to buck up and go out there with her. And that's like double whammy facing my fear out there. I'll get the longboard and I'll go out there and I'll try it. Personally, I almost would rather be one of those parents with the flippers and in the water with some goggles and I'll push her around. But man, when you're in those waves and you've got flippers, you're really slow. It's actually really hard to keep up with them paddling on the board. You're like pointless out there. There's no reason for you to be out there. So I guess I just answered my question right there. If I'm gonna go out, I've gotta get on the board.
Say something that will make my day. 'Cause these memories of her won't go away. They're haunting me so I can't sleep. She was
You know, I thought I was over this fear. I went out, did the whole one ocean diving, and oh gosh, I felt great out in the water. I didn't feel any fear whatsoever. But I think when I'm surfing and my daughter's surfing, I think it's just easier when I'm under the water and I can see what's around me, and I can almost, you can almost prevent the attack, right? Because tiger sharks and sharks in general, all predators, respond when you kind of face off with them and you make eye contact with them. Well, if you're surfing, you're not making eye contact with them. You have no flipping idea, really, 99% of the time. So what do you do about sharks, right? Like, there's only so much you can do, and I think that's the part that really freaks me out, is you're just kind of gambling. You're just rolling the dice, and I've been thinking about those shark bands. I think that's going to be another discussion. If you guys have a shark band, put that in the comments. I want to know like why you got it, what do you think of it, because that's definitely on my mind. But I think the best thing is also just preparing for the worst, hoping for the best, going out there, not letting fear overtake your life and prevent you from living it, but also preparing. So this is the tourniquet that we bring out with us, and as you can see, it's massive, right? This is mostly meant for an adult man. And we've tested this a little bit on Alex, and it's rough. So we went ahead, and this was actually hard to get on Amazon. They're usually sold out like crazy. I'll put the link down. I'm not an Amazon affiliate, so there's that. But this little guy,
Bring it through the loop. And I'm not gonna crank down on Haley, but essentially it's elastic band. So you just pull it as tight as possible. It is a tourniquet, so you're trying to cut or restrict blood flow. But these used to get bad rep because people were like, oh, it's so narrow, you're gonna cause further damage. But when you actually wrap, you're technically wider than the actual tourniquet itself, the other tourniquet that we got anyways. So it's not even a thing, in my opinion. But you just crank down real tight, and then you just lock it in place.
how do you lock it in place?
You just stick it in the notch, locking notch, which is on both sides.
It's kind of hard to be. It's too tight.
All right, well, let's take it off.
Oh, I didn't even make it tight. But you can see that it fits on Haley.
Yeah.
And Haley's got like
Tiny arms.
tiny ass arms. So if it'll fit on the arm, it'll definitely fit around her thigh. Little chicken legs. But
Are you a chicken?
I like these because realistically, like, if you really had to, you could put it on with one arm. And then, or it's easier to put it on with one arm than the other tourniquet. And then at the same time, like, this is, in my opinion, more compact. And honestly, it's faster. Like, if you're putting a tourniquet on, you want to put it on fast. And so the faster you can put it on, the better. And honestly, I think these are faster to throw on than the other tournikets. So I prefer these.
So in addition to us going out once or twice a week to the ocean, whether that's surfing or whatever, I'm starting to take the girls once or twice a week to the pool. And especially as the pool is a lot warmer than it was over the winter, thank God. We're getting in there, and I really want Alex to work on her technique to become a much stronger swimmer. And we were working on that, and you know what? Haley came out of nowhere, left field, and was like, today's the day I'm not swimming with my floaty. And I was like, okay. Mahalo for watching, you guys. If you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. It really actually helps me out tremendously. If you guys have like feedback, questions, please put those in the comments. I love your suggestions. If anyone has an idea for marking the board center line with wax on it, because I don't know how to get the wax off a soft top without destroying the soft top. We're gonna figure it out.